welcome to the round 2 catch-up match here of the NPL. Magic Park is the venue. Broadmeadow Magic up against the Lambton Jaffers in the PlayStation 4 Northern New South Wales NPL, as I said. This match replayed from Sunday the 17th of April and was washed out. It was absolutely bucketing down that day, and unfortunately we couldn't get the first grade fixture underway. We had the 19s and 22s played, but first grade was unfortunately washed out. With me in commentary tonight, for the first time in our feature matches this year, is Damien Smith, former Broadmeadow Magic coach. Damien, thank you for joining us here on Bar TV tonight.
Thanks, Ben. I had a choice of being at home watching Married at First Sight finale or being at the soccer, and it's a beautiful night for it.
Well, that's exactly right. What you made the right choice. You did make the right choice by coming to watch the football, not watching Married at First Sight.
Of course.
So both sides just going through the mandatory handshakes with the referees and opposing team before we get underway. Now, last week, Broadmeadow Magic on the weekend, they had a 0-0 draw with Western up at Bear Park. Damien, I suspected they'd win that one, but they didn't, and Trevor Morris was very proud of Western's defence.
Western's always a hard place to get points from. I was talking to Robert Virgili during the week, and he said it was a tough, physical, aggressive battle. And in the end, there was a few of the players had some bumps and bruises, like James Virgili had a knock to the head, a bit of a cut on his head, but he's right for tonight. But I think in the end he was happy just to get away there unscathed and with a point.
Now the other match, Lambton Jaffers, I was at that game. I wasn't commentating, but I went to watch. Lambton went down 3-0 to Olympic. They played all right for the first 20 minutes, and then from that point it was a scrappy contest. Kane Goodchild scored 3 goals. He put them in the back of the net. That was all he had to do. There was nothing special about it. And I think Lambton this year, they've just struggled to find their groove.
I think so. They had a bit of an interrupted pre-season, obviously changing coach a few weeks ago. But talking to Jim Pascoe prior to the game, I think he was pretty happy with his first half last week. However, I think Olympic just out-muscled him in the second half, and obviously Kane scoring a hat-trick. He's a hard person to defend against, and he knows where the goals are.
Yeah, it was 1-0 at half-time in that game as we're just about to get underway. Kane Goodchild scored right before half-time, and that was a real blow to the Jaffers going to the second half. But here we go, about to get underway here at Magic Park. Round 2 catch-up match. And we're underway. Peter Haynes on the ball for Broadmeadow Magic. Playing across to the far side. That's James Virgili, I'm sure, with the, as you said, Damien, before, with the knock to the head, cut to the head. So he's got a head bandage on tonight. Yeah,
I think he had to go to the hospital after the game and he got glued. So he's all stuck back together and he'll be ready for a big game, I think.
Well, that's what actually happened to me when I was younger. I split my head open and I thought I was going to have to get stitches, but they glued it back together. So.
Is that a big scar down the side of you?
No, I don't think you can see it. Unless your eyesight's brilliant. You can see through my hair. As Broadmeadow Magic now with the throw. It's Jaden Barber. Goes to the man with the bandage, James Virgili. It's been turned over now with Wheelhouse. Going across to that far side, Majorowski back to Wheelhouse. Still Joe Wheelhouse on the ball. Majorowski playing it back and turned over. You saw that speed there from James Virgili. He was quick there.
I thought Ben Hay did quite well to recover then. So it's just interesting to have a look here. Just the two different shapes of Lambton and Magic. Magic looks like they're playing with a 4 diamond in the centre with like Hainsey playing as a false 9 with 2 wide strikers. Where Lambton.
Here's Kale, ball over the top for Cale Bradbury. Brad Swancott does well. Brad Swancott's come out a long way for Lambton. And he does the job.
Yeah, babyface Brad always loves coming out of his box and being part of the attack.
Back to what you were saying about Peter Haynes up playing the false 9 for Magic tonight.
Yeah, it looks like he's playing a bit of a false 9 at the moment. It looks like they're playing with a bit of a diamond shape in the centre, just the way they set up.
Here's a ball over the top. Majorowski now into the 18-yard box. So an early chance here for Lambton if he can swing a cross in. Under pressure over there. Good defence from John Griffiths. And this one over towards Luke Remington. We know he's got speed. Runs it down. Still Remington. Tries to go back to Wheelhouse, but Cale Bradbury's there. And Willard now for Lambton. Goes back to Davidson. Pete McPherson. So Lambton just composing themselves early on. Now a ball through to Majorowski. Touch just eluding in there, and Magic come away. Here's a ball through for Vigili, but it looks to be it's going to hold up nicely for James Vigili. He's got Cale Bradbury in the middle. Still Vigili. Cuts inside beautifully, James Vigili. We know this pace. Plays it back to Haynes. Well defended at the back. Then the header from Finlayson. Straight to Brad Swancott. But we saw there, Damien, James Vigili, how dangerous he is.
And that's what I was saying about Magic's shape here at the moment. They're clogging the middle up. Kerner picked the ball up really well. James Vigili's playing nice and wide, and he's got pace, and a great ball through by Kerner.
Brad Swancott just cooling things down.
And just going back on Lambton shape, it looked like they're playing a 4-2 or a 4-3-3 or a 4-2-3-1. So the contrasting shapes it's going to be an interesting battle tonight.
Here's Willard. We always thought this would be a cracking match. Lambton and Broadmeadow Magic, two of the heavyweights in the competition.
And both teams at the start of the year, they're looking for the minor premiership. That's their goal. Like they're two premier sides, so they want to do well.
And Lambton not starting the season well. Round one, they went down to Edgeworth 2-1. That was a very close contest. They led for half an hour in that match with John Majorowski. We'll just say Pete McPherson. Now it is John Majorowski. Turns, playing it wide to looking for Remington. We just put too much on it. John Majorowski scoring the goal in the 51st minute, and then Edgeworth 2 goals in the last 10. Lambton just guilty there of sitting back and trying to defend their lead in round one.
Yeah, Johnny Madge just then, I thought he should have fired the trigger on his left foot. As you know, Johnny's a very strong left-footed player, and I thought instead of taking his second touch, he should have taken a strike on goal.
Here's Shane Paul looking wide, the run from Jaden Barber. Now the ball back with Kanorowski. Michael Kanorowski, who played for the Jets youth last year, also played an A-League match for the Jets in their win over Melbourne Victory last season. And now Piddington. Still Josh Piddington. His touch was a little bit heavy, but he regained control before Joe Wheelhouse came at him. Now McPherson. Going across the middle of the park, Pete McPherson. Looking back for Michael Sessions. And now wide. Looking for the run over there of Ben Hay. Ben Hay keeps it in nicely. Barber tries to put it over the sideline. Can't do so. Still Ben Hay. Still going. Just holding him off, Jaden Barber. Now with Majorowski. And now James Vigili. A chance to break for Broadmeadow now. Plays it wide to Cale Bradbury. They've got a lot of pace up front with both Bradbury and Vigili. That's what Graham Law said after they were beaten 7-2 by this Magic side. Here's a ball through for Bradbury. Swancott comes out and wins the ball. Well, he doesn't win the ball. And the referee calls play on there, Damien. Yeah,
that was a great ball by Peter Haynes. The way he came off between the lines, got a nice touch and put Cale Bradbury through. That's where I think Magic's going to be very dangerous.
Yeah, on the break, Graham Law said, after that 7-2 loss, he said they just killed us on the break.
Oh, the pace up front, especially when Dino Fadge played that day, but the three-prong attack of Dino Fadge, Bradbury and James Vigili, yeah, the pace just got was too quick for the Adam Sound defence.
Well, Dino Fadgevic on the bench tonight, so there'll be plenty of pace at the back end. I was interested just there, Luke Vigili, when Ben Hay was on the ball on that far side, was yelling at he's all left, telling his side that he was only going to go in on his left foot, and in the end, that probably helped them defuse the situation.
Yeah, it was well defended. Very well defended.
It's now Josh Piddington. Goes to Luke Vigili. Plays inside to Bradbury, whose pass is just a little bit heavy. Against his former club of 2 years ago. He won the title with them. The major premiership it was that year with the Jaffers in 2014.
Yeah, Cale will be definitely here to prove a point against Lambton, his former club. I think he'll have a big game, and I wouldn't be surprised if he gets on the score sheet.
The two matches they played last year, these two sides, it was 2-2 at Arthur Eden in round 5. And then Magic in their late in the season, this ball played across the face looking for Remington. But Nick Hartnett does well for Broadmeadow in goals.
I think Broadmeadow just have to be a bit careful on this right-hand side of Lambton's left. Lambton's overlapped twice in the last 2 minutes. And Barber's been forced to push on a little bit, and there's been gaps in behind him. So I think Broadmeadow just need to be a little bit careful there.
Yeah, Alex Palozzi and Ben Hay on that left side for Lambton, so they're going to be dangerous. But just going back to that last season, Magic fell apart through probably around rounds 14 and 15. They went down to Lambton in round 15 here 2-0. They also went down to South Cardiff as well at that point of the season. And at that stage, you thought they weren't going to make the finals, but they did so. They beat Western in round 17, and that was enough for them to make the finals. So last season, unable to beat the Jaffas Broadmeadow, and they haven't beaten them since 2014. Can they change that tonight? Michael Kantarowski slides past Sessions and then plays it to Finlayson. But Brad Swancott, he's on his game tonight. He's always on his game in Jaffas colours.
That was a great run by Michael Kantarowski. Maybe could have played it just a tad earlier to Finlayson. However, great run by Michael. And obviously well saved by Brad Swancott coming off his line.
Here's Piddington. Goes back to Kantarowski. Here's Finlayson. Trying to play it through, but at the back is Davidson, Kevin Davidson for Lambton. Now, Joe Wheelhouse, that was what I thought really hurt Lambton on Saturday against Hamilton. Joe Wheelhouse was playing at centre back because Kevin Davidson was out, and that really hurt their attack.
Oh, definitely. And Joby's, obviously he's played 100 plus games A-League, and also the Jets captain playing deep centre midfield. So, obviously, you want to play your strongest players in their best positions, but unfortunately I don't think James Passy had much choice because he had a few players out. But for Joe playing in the centre of the park today, it's going to be very interesting.
They go down into the corner. It's gone over. A throw for Luke Vigili. Back for Willard, now Wheelhouse. And the free kick for Lambton, so good position for them here, Damien.
Oh, definitely a good position. I think Johnny Madge will be testing the keeper out on this angle. I think he'll be swirling at him with his left foot of his.
He's got some tall timber at the back post. He's got Joel Wood. He's got Joe Wheelhouse. Sessions is coming down now. Do you think this chat with Palozzi is just a chat? Palozzi's not going to take it?
Yeah, they're just trying to work out who's going to buy the first drinks on the weekend. However, I think Palozzi is just doing a bit of a balk here. It's in a very dangerous position.
It looks like Palozzi may take it. No, he runs over it. Majorowski
Oh.
got me with that one. And now Majorowski going back to Ben Hay. Playing it wide to Joel Wood. Still Joel Wood on the ball for the Jaffas. Gets into the box and he cut it back in time. Was well defended, and it's just going to be a goal kick, is it? Yes.
Very well covered, defended by John Griffith there. He knows Joel Wood's got some pace, and he slightly got past Barber on the outside, but Griff came and covered quite nicely.
So Nick Hartnett, first year at Broadmeadow Magic. Nathan Archbold leaving in the off-season. I think Nathan Archbold is playing for Charlestown this year.
For Charlestown, yeah. I think he went overseas for a period of time, but he's back. So
he wasn't sure whether he'd be back for the new season. So Nick Hartnett in goals for Broadmeadow. Here's Cale Bradbury. We'll have a bit of a chat about him in a sec. Here is Peter Haynes getting inside Alex Palozzi. Still Peter Haynes trying to play it through for Bradbury, and he finds Cale Bradbury, and Cale Bradbury shoots and scores, and Broadmeadow lead.
What I liked about that play was Michael Kantarowski. He was a central figure to that play. He'd done a few bounces off a few of his plays, got Peter Haynes involved, and Peter Haynes playing at that false 9, like a number 10. His distribution is second to none, and a great ball in through the Cale Bradbury. As I predicted, I thought Cale would score against his former club tonight, and it was a great finish, great goal. It was actually a great team goal in the end.
And inside the first 11 minutes as well, that's going to just hurt Lambton's confidence now. 11 minutes in, can they fight back again? Second time in 3 matches they've conceded the first goal now, Lambton.
I think Lambton can definitely fight back. I think they've started quite well. Actually, it's been quite an even contest. However,
Swancott's actually having a chat to the referee here, so I'm not sure what it was about. Just holding up play. That's why we didn't get underway, so not quite sure what that was about. Here's Sessions. Goes to Pete McPherson. His ball is poor. Gee, Pete McPherson got away with that one.
I think Lambton need to be very careful with Peter just dropping in between the lines in between their midfield. If he can pick the ball up there and turn, he can spray the ball to Cale and James Vigili, which is going to be very dangerous.
Well, here's Kantarowski. Goes to Cale Bradbury. Swancott clearing it up the ground. Cale Bradbury already 3 goals this season in 3 matches. 2 in the first match against Adamstown, and then the first goal tonight. Here's Ben Hay talking about that left side there, Damien. Almost away again, Lambton.
Yep.
Now, just back to Nick Hartnett in goals for Broadmeadow. We'll just see Finlayson Trying to play a ball over top. Nick Hartnett. How much do you know about Nick?
Not a great deal. I know he was with the Jets youth a few years ago. Then I think he went over to Kahaiba for a season, then went to Germany. That was talking to Robert Vigili today, just to get more information about him. But yeah, to be honest, I don't know a great deal about Nick.
Is it slicing off the side of his whip? But if he plays for the Jets youth system, he's definitely got a lot of skill. Nick Hartnett is now Cale Bradbury playing it through towards Peter Haynes, and it's good to see a young goalkeeper in goals. Just 20 years of age, Nick Hartnett.
Definitely, and he's got big raps from Bobby Newmoff and Robert Vigili.
I think that's really one thing in the NPL in Northern New South Wales. We probably lack young goalkeepers in the first grade lineups. You
yes, that's
see
true.
Too many of them. A lot of them are old stages. Here's Remington. Lovely touch from Kanarowski and Bradbury trying to play it through.
This is Lambton again on that left-hand side. There's
Palozzi. As you were saying, Ben Hay was free, wasn't he, on
was
that
free,
far side?
Yeah. I think Magic need to be very careful. It's quite obvious where we're sitting up here, but they've had 2 or 3 overlaps now on that left-hand side.
It's Jaden Barber playing it right back for Broadmeadow, but here's Kanarowski going towards Finlayson. Now Ben Hay goes into McPherson. And now Joel Wood down that far side of the ground. Still Joel Wood. He gets around Piddington. He's got Remington in the middle. Gee, it's a good run from Joel Wood. Wins a corner for the Lambton Jaffers. That was a good play from Joel Wood.
Yeah, well played by Joel Wood. He sized Josh Piddington up. However, Josh Piddington's recovery was excellent. That's why he's one of the premier defenders in the league. I think he's won 6 Player of the Years at Broadmeadow Magic. He's only been here about 10 or 11 years, so that's why he's the stalwart of Broadmeadow Magic.
Well, he started his career at South Wallsend, Josh Piddington, 92 to 1999. As this corner is knocked in, Pete McPherson has a shot from distance. Takes a deflection, I think, off Peter Haynes and another corner.
Just on that corner there, Alex Palozzi's ball to Pete McPherson, that was a high-class ball. And I think Magic need to react a little bit better there because Pete was quite free on that box to have a shot. So
he made that look very easy, didn't he? It's a low and flat and hard ball. He had to get it there quick. Here it is, whipped in. That one, not a great corner, but it's going to fall now for Alex Palozzi. He plays it wide towards Majorowski, who may have been offside, but doesn't matter. Kanarowski's away, and he takes on Pete McPherson. And Alex Palozzi comes back and does the clean-up work. Throw for Magic. Peter Haynes goes towards Vigili. Still James Vigili. Coming across the ground. Now he has a shot from distance. Dipping in front of Brad Swancott, but on that occasion, too easy for the Lambton stalwart goalkeeper.
So he's Lambton again down that left-hand side.
And it's Luke Remington this time. He's switched with Palozzi to go over onto that left side. Maybe that's a move from James Pascoe. Here is Remington cutting it back. Well defended in the end from Magic. Do you think that's just a temporary move, or do you think he's moved Luke Remington over there, James Pascoe? Because Alex Palozzi's now on the right.
Yeah, that's right. I think he might have it to because he's quite fast, Remington, so I think he might try and get Remo and Barber one-on-one.
Because Remington normally plays on the left, but he started today on the right, so interesting move from James Pascoe. He's now wheelhouse. Now with Peter Haynes, stabbing one over the top, looking for James Vigili. Brad Swancott's up to the task again. He would have known what was coming at him tonight, Brad Swancott, with James Vigili and Cale Bradbury. And he's done a great job so far.
But also the quality of Peter Haynes. Some of them balls through are going to be very dangerous tonight. But Swanee's read them quite well so far.
Here's Sessions playing it back to Davidson. Luke Willard now. Turning it over. And the throw for the Jaffers. Just coming off James Vigili there. That head bandage from the game against Western on the weekend. Had to go to hospital and get that sorted out. And now Cale Bradbury. He turned it over to him. Not a man you'd want with the ball there. Here's Peter Haynes. Can he finish for Broadmeadow? Well, I think he was trying to play it towards Vigili because he shot missed by so much. I'm thinking it wasn't a shot.
I think Pete would be a bit disappointed in himself there not to finish that. So knowing Peter Haynes, if he's 11, 12 yards out, he'll be taking a shot. Just on that, Lambton playing out from the back. They need to be careful because Magic's got pace up front. They can steal the ball like Cale Bradbury did then, and that's what they did against Adamstown a few weeks ago.
169 games for Broadmeadow Magic, Peter Haynes. 12 goals last season in 17 matches. Here's Joel Wood, Remington, looking for Joel Wood, and now with Josh Piddington winning the ball. Big win there for Magic.
That was well defended by Josh Piddington.
Ball over the top, again looking for Vigili, but just too much behind it. Not enough direction.
Yeah, I think Magic don't need to go forward all the time. I think they can hold the ball a little bit and like sort of just. Just change their play up a little bit. They don't need to go forward all the time.
Well, I'm surprised they're not playing advantage here. We're going to say yellow card. Michael Kanarowski is incensed that they haven't played advantage. So is Cale Bradbury. And I'd have to agree with that.
I agree.
They should have played advantage. Cale Bradbury had open pastures in front of him.
Open pastures, yeah. They should have played advantage for sure. And then he should have seen what happened and then come back and book Job. So, but in hindsight, I think the referee will be a bit disappointed in his own call.
And that's what happens as a referee. Once you blow that whistle,
decision's made.
That's right. You can't go back.
But see Magic again looking to play the ball forward nice and quick to use that pace up front.
It's Luke Vigili standing it over it for Broadmeadow. He goes towards Haynes at the back post. Now with James Vigili. Trying to cut inside McPherson. Playing it into the middle. And now the long... on the volley. And now it's with Finlayson. Still the danger not gone. Lambton trying to scramble it away. Now with Shane Paul. Can he get on the board for Broadmeadow? Plays it back for Vigili. Still James Vigili. And now trying to play it wide. Looking for Shane Paul. And comes off his backside and deflects rather fortuitously to Brad Swancott.
What I've noticed in the first 20 or so minutes, Shane Paul's work rate in midfield has been second to none. He's getting forward nice and early, and he had a slight chance there. He's doing very well and causing a few problems in the midfield for Lambton Jaffers.
Here is McPherson playing it wide to Luke Remington. Seems like he is going to stay on that left-hand side. He's got Sessions overlapping now. Trying to exploit that left side. Plays it into Joel Wood. Josh Piddington does well. Is it going to be a corner or goal kick? It's going to be the goal kick. Off Joel Wood last.
That was another a great display of defending by Josh Pennington then.
So almost 20 minutes gone in the first half here on Bar TV. The round 2 catch-up feature match. It was absolutely bucketing down on the Sunday. And now down that far side with James Vigili again, Broadmeadow. Still Vigili, still going. Appealing to the assistant referee, I think, for a foul, but it's gone over for the goal kick.
That came from Shane Paul again, bustling his way in the midfield, won the ball and released James Vigili nice and early.
A reminder, tonight's broadcast and all Bar TV's broadcast brought to you by Top Better. Get in the game with Top Better for all your fantasy tournaments. So get involved with the NPL, the Rugby Union, Rugby League and AFL, the fantasy tournaments. So it's great to have them on board in 2016, supporting all our coverage of the local sport. Is here is Joel Wood going to Wheelhouse. Now Alex Palozzi trying to stab it towards Willard, but Luke Vigili was there in time. And trotting back is Kevin Davidson.
What I'm liking here from Josh Pennington, he's squeezing his boys up. He's trying to make the field as small as possible and compact so Lambton can't play through.
Here's Sessions. Still Michael Sessions. Stepping through the middle. Not too much pressure being applied to Lambton's centre back. Sessions not impressed as Lambton attackers weren't moving.
Yeah, he wasn't happy with the rotation in midfield, all strikers. And in the end, he didn't have really anyone to give it to, so he played it forward. But Magic's defence, from the front to the back, is so compact, it's really hard for Lambton to pay through.
So Broadmeadow Magic in the lead at home against the Lambton Jaffers. It was Cale Bradbury scoring in the 11th minute. A lovely little through ball played, and he slid it past Brad Swancott. Wasn't much Lambton's goalkeeper could do about that. Here is Swancott playing it wide, looking over towards Ben Hay. Ben Hay cuts inside Vigili. He was impressive in the match against Edgeworth, Ben Hay, and here's Palozzi. Now with Joel Wood. He didn't play against Hamilton. Joel Wood with the shot from long range and didn't trouble Nick Hartnett in goals for Broadmeadow.
That was well played by Lambton. Unfortunately, Joel Wood took the ball off Alex Palozzi when he was running on goal. But Joel Wood did well. He got a shot on goal and put pressure on Nick Hartnett.
Sessions playing it across the ground. Wheelhouse goes down and wins the free kick. Pete McPherson playing it quickly. They've got some space on this near side. Here's Luke Willard under pressure from Luke Vigili. And he's turned it over straight to Shane Paul. Now Cal Bradbury. And Sessions takes down Peter Haynes. Magic now playing it on quickly. Both sides playing the game at a very quick pace. Good to see out there, Peter Haynes. Goes back to Piddington. Slices off the side of his boot and over the sideline, but the pressure just relieved there for Broadmeadow.
Yeah, that was better pressure by Lambton. Forced Magic back, and in the end, Josh had to just well it up the field.
Here's Sessions. Playing it wide to Ben Hay on that far side. Remington. He's got Ben Hay making the run, and they've turned it over. Just the passing for Lambton, even in the match against Hamilton, they just weren't sticking. They just don't seem to be the side that they were last year, but they have got a lot of new players, and they've got a lot of younger players in their side this year.
Exactly, and they've got a new coach as well. He's only been in for 2 weeks, so just getting used to his structures, his formations, the way he wants them to play. Even then, the Lambton midfielder overran the ball. I think Lambton need to make their passes a little bit shorter as well. Broadmeadow's doing quite well in that department. They're making 2 or 3 short passes, then they're doing the longer ball to try and get him behind.
Here's Swancott playing it now to Michael Sessions. Bringing it up the ground. They are letting Michael Sessions run up the field a lot, Broadmeadow.
Yeah, I think that's a tactical thing because what they want to do is bring Lambton's defence out, so therefore there's more space in behind for James Vigili and Carl Bradbury to go, like now.
Here's Carl Bradbury. Some space in front of him. You've got Vigili making the run. James Vigili, can he make it 2-0? It sits up for Peter Haynes, who puts it into an empty net. And Peter Haynes gets on the board again for Broadmeadow Magic.
That's exactly what I meant. They're forcing Lambton to bring the ball out, give Sessions some time on the ball, therefore creating space in beyond. And that happened then. They pinched the ball, played the ball nice and quickly forward to James Vigili, who was unlucky not to score, but Peter Haynes followed it up with a nice goal.
Finishes his second of the year, Peter Haynes. He probably could have had one moments before when he had the shot from the angle. He sort of scuffed his shot or was looking to cross, not sure what he was doing. And now 2-0 to Broadmeadow Magic. Just over 25 minutes gone here. The round 2 feature match of the PlayStation 4 NPL on Bar TV.
And to be honest, I think it's a well-deserved 2-0 lead at the moment. Even though they've had a few half chances here and there, I think Broadmeadow have just looked the more dangerous at the moment.
Yeah, Lambton just struggling for that final touch, that final just last piece of the jigsaw puzzle at fine.
And a bit of cohesion at times.
Yeah. Here's Peter Haynes playing it to Palozzi. Still Alex Palozzi. Cutting inside, but Piddington's there. Kanarowski plays it to Haynes. Tries to just... Gee, that was... Even that touch there from Peter Haynes. I know it's gone straight to Michael Sessions on the edge of the 18, but just the way he deflected that. It's a beautiful little touch.
Oh, he's a smart player. Like he's been. I think in 2009 he was with the Newcastle Jets, so he's a high quality player, and he's won Northern South Wales Player of the Year twice. I think once in 2008 and maybe 2013, maybe.
Well, he was part of the Jets Asian Champions League squad in 2009. I'm thinking that's down to the amount of players you need for that and the depth you need, because A-League clubs just don't have the depth. So they signed a few players from locally and some international players, I'm pretty sure. The Jets, this is Remington. Well cleared by John Griffiths. McPherson. Scott Pettit's also got connections with the Jets. He played he was in the Jets squad for their match against LA Galaxy.
Oh,
as here is almost Vigili getting through. But he didn't get on the park, Scott Pettit. He's on the bench tonight, back from a hamstring injury.
Yeah, I think he's been out for about 4 weeks. He's another stalwart of Broadmeadow Magic. And I think he won Player of the Year, Northern South Wales Player of the Year, back in 2012, I think. So he's another high-quality player to come into this squad. And like I said, this is his first game back. So
Yeah, it was 2012. He won that award, Scott Pettit, and he was impressive again last year for Broadmeadow.
And talking to him just prior to the game, he's been out for 4 weeks, so he hasn't done too much in the last 4 weeks. So he might get a little bit of time tonight, but when he's fully fit, he's going to be dangerous. And another handful for other sides, and especially defenders.
Bit more pace late. They've got a lot of pace on the bench. Scott Pettit, Dino Fajkovic, Lawrence Fotef also coming off the bench tonight, and Brad McKenzie, the backup goalkeeper. Joel Wood goes to Remington. How much do you know about Lawrence Fotef?
I know a lot about Lawrence Fotef. He's a good poker player, and his old man's not a bad bloke as well.
Yeah, Steve Fotef on the board, I'm pretty sure, here at Broadmeadow Magic.
Yeah, president of the club.
Yeah, president. As here is Vigili playing it wide to Jaden Barber.
Yeah, Lawrence started last week. Talking to Robert Vigili prior to the game, he always had a plan to rotate plays for this period because they've got three games in 7 days, and they've got a big game against Edgeworth on Sunday. So he told me that he was going to rotate plays. So he's made 2 changes for this week.
And that is a massive clash on Sunday, Edgeworth and Broadmeadow Magic. Unfortunately, we're not doing that. Well, we won't be doing that. One isn't the feature match. It's Adamstown and Charlestown. So that should be another cracker. Adamstown and Charlestown. That's a big game for both of those sides.
Massive game for both sides.
Here's Vigili, some space down the far side of the ground. Still James Vigili. Jumps over the top of Sessions. He knocks it in towards the back post. He's got Cale Bradbury, who controls nicely. Still Cale Bradbury hits it with his left, and he puts that one up into the Northern New South Wales car. I think that's Gary Fisher's car up there on the hill at Magic Park.
James Vigili is becoming a real handful tonight. I think he's got a point to prove. Obviously, he's been left out from the Jets last year. However, I think he's in for a very big year.
Yeah, we saw 3 goals in the opening match against Adamstown here. He hasn't got on the board tonight. 2 of the stars from last season on the board for Magic tonight, Peter Haynes and Cale Bradbury. Wheelhouse to Majerowski. They just seem to be getting themselves back in the game, Lambton, after Cale Bradbury scored, but then Peter Haynes got away and netted their second Broadmeadows. This one played towards the back post, but no one there for the Lambton side. Joe Wheelhouse, 106 games for the Jets, 7 goals in the A-League. No mean feat. Yeah,
Joe's a great addition to the local league. A great fella and also obviously a great player.
5 goals last year for Lambton, 16 matches played. Here's Vigili, and he was a star in 2014 when they won their first title. Here's Vigili, cutting inside, going down, and wins the free kick.
Lambton need to be very careful here. They'll 3-on-3 again, when with the pace of Vigili and Cale Bradbury and the sort of pace of Peter Haynes, they could be very dangerous, and I think there's more goals in this game yet.
Well, Vigili and Sessions just having a little chat. It doesn't look like it's the friendliest little chat as Vigili walks across behind him.
Sessions are probably just asking where he got his headband from.
Peter Haynes standing over this one. There's no smoke and mirrors with this free kick. It's going to be Peter Haynes that's going to take it.
Yeah, I think he fancies himself at this angle.
Here we go. Peter Haynes standing over it. Lambton with the 4-man wall. Here he is. Peter Haynes hits it low and hard. It sits up for Shane Paul. Deflects away to Bradbury. Still Cale Bradbury cuts it across and wins the corner. Surprisingly enough, Broadmeadow Magic are actually out of the FFA Cup this year. They were knocked out by Edgeworth. So that was a massive clash between 2 sides that made it through last year, and that's just the luck of the draw in the end. So
exactly, and I think Broadmeadow obviously were very disappointed. However, they need to look forward. They're still involved in this comp, obviously, and they want to do well here.
Yeah, Broadmeadow, Edgeworth going through and into the... I think they've got to win 2 more matches to get through into the final round. Here's a shot from the edge of the 18. From John Griffiths, I believe it was. And just deflecting straight to Brad Swancott. Chipped up the ground now. And Michael Kanarowski plays it nicely back to Nick Hartnett in goals. And now Luke Vigili on this near side. But really, Lambton have not had a golden opportunity, have they?
They've had a few half chances where they got into some fairly decent positions. However,
Kanarowski chipping one forward, looking for Cale Bradbury. Look at this pace. It's Sessions getting his body in front of Cale Bradbury, and Brad Swancott mops up at the back.
Sessions did very well then. Carl Bradbury's got some pace, and Sessions also has got some pace, but the way he sort of cornered him up, yeah, that's right, he did very well.
He's a tall man, Michael Sessions, and a very good centre back for Lambton. He missed a chunk of last year, which was a real blow for Lambton, and once again played a major role in their 2014 title win.
I think if I was Lambton, I'd probably adjust my tactics slightly. Just they're playing a very high back line, and there's a lot of space in beyond. And Magic look very dangerous every time they go forward.
Especially with that pace.
Especially with the pace.
Are you thinking Lambton coming into a game against this pace probably should sit back a little deeper, let the Magic fast players come to them?
Not really. I'd probably definitely sit a little bit deeper, not so high, because what's happening, they're pretty square as well, and therefore the Magic boys can just play diagonal balls, and the two wide guys who are really quick, Vigili and Bradbury, they're just having heaps of space and time.
Here's Remington. He plays it wide. Ben Hay whips it in on his left. And now knocked over towards Cale Bradbury, who cuts inside. Here's Wheelhouse now. He has a shot from distance, but wasn't far off.
That was well won by Ben Hay then. He sneaked the ball off Michael Kanarowski, and Joe was unlucky. It was worth a try, I think, because Nick Harnett was a little bit out of his goals.
Here's a ball wide from Hartnett. John Griffiths does well to control that. Now a ball through. Cale Bradbury trying to play it through for Peter Haynes, who's just offside. To his side, I think Broadmeadow Magic will probably find it a little bit tougher playing against his Maitland. Steve Piggott has got them sitting very deep in defence, and I think they're going to find it hard to get through them with their pace.
Oh, definitely. I think
Palozzi trying to look through, but Kanarowski's there.
Yeah, I think that was the wrong option by Alex there. He should have came wide. It was too congested in the centre of the park there, and it was an easy one by Kanarowski.
The throw now for the Jaffers. Peter McPherson. Goes to Palozzi. Willard. Across to Sessions. Wheelhouse. Again to Sessions. Back to Joe Wheelhouse. Lovely step around Shane Paul. Still Wheelhouse. Playing it wide to Ben Hay. Puts it on his left and takes it into the middle. Majorowski was waiting there. Remington wins the ball for the Jaffers. Palozzi slices that one, but that was promising from Lambton.
That was very well played by Joe Wheelhouse and Lambton. And Ben Hay did well on that left-hand side. They probably should have got more out of that, but a little bit wasted by Palozzi on the right-hand side.
So Nick Hartnett with the goal kick live here on Bar TV. Just over 35 minutes gone. Lambton Jaffers, I should say Broadmeadow Magic up against Lambton Jaffers here on Bar TV. The round 2 catch-up match. Bucketed down on Sunday a week and a half ago. And this match rescheduled for tonight. So brought to you by Top Better. Get in the game with Top Better, Bar TV's major broadcast partner in 2016. Here's Remington. Takes on Barber. Still Luke Remington. Down towards the flag. Wins the corner. So Lambton just clawing their way back into this one.
Yeah, that was a great little duel there by Barber and Remington. Just on that when it bucketed down, the field was absolutely flooded. There was inches of rain over there and there was mud spitting up everywhere. So credit to Broadmeadow Magic, Steve Fardiff and the groundsman for getting the ground looking ship shop.
Yeah, it looks beautiful out there tonight under lights. Always does here at Magic Park. Been the destination for the FFA Cup fixtures for the last 2 seasons. I think this year, if Edgeworth do make it through, as Palozzi whips it in towards the middle, Sessions rises, sits up for Willard, tries to knock it back towards the middle. Nick Hartnett goes up.
Ooh.
No foul against him, and it's still in for Lambton. Palozzi whips it back. Majorowski with a shot, and gee, he'll be wondering how that didn't go in for Lambton. I think it took a deflection too.
Yeah, off Luke Vigili. It looked like it deflected off Luke Vigili and luckily landed in Nick Harnett's arms. And
here's Barber on the far side. Peter Haynes trying to look through, and that'll run to Brad Swancott.
Good rotation of Broadmeadow strikers there with Carl Bradbury coming central and Peter Haynes pushing out wide on the right. However, I can't see that happening. I could see Peter Haynes coming back in the central figure.
Here's McPherson, goes to Sessions. Michael Sessions now finds Ben Hay. Back to Sessions. Just as I said, the 12 games for Michael Sessions last year. 26 years of age. And now a wide ball. It should be run down by Ben Hay. He's got Majorowski in the middle, but he wins the corner instead. Cal Bradbury, I should say Jaden Barber coming across and putting it over for a corner kick.
Yeah, that was a tremendous ball by Joe Wheelhouse. He sent him out of the corner of his eye, and yeah, it was a great ball. 45-yard ball.
So Alex Palozzi running over for the Jaffers. 7 goals last year in the 20 games he played. Every game for Lambton last year. Palozzi swinging this one in. Wheelhouse rises. Piddington getting up with the head. Now Peter Haynes has a chance to release the speedy Cale Bradbury. Can't run that one down. Kevin Davidson got there first. Back to Davidson. And now with Michael Sessions.
Lambton are slowly coming into this game, starting to put a little bit more pressure on Broadmeadow. They've had a few corners in a row, so they're getting a bit more confidence in the game.
Just need a goal, don't they? It's just changes things so much. You know, you can't put a goal in for 40 minutes, and then all of a sudden you put one in, and you can score 2 in 2 minutes. It's just incredible how things can happen in a game of football. Here's McPherson. It's Kanarowski winning the ball. Kanarowski's all over Majorowski. Free kick.
There's Johnny Madge experience there, using his body extremely well.
Here's Wheelhouse on the free kick. Goes short to McPherson. Wheelhouse brings it wide to Willard now. Willard back to Wheelhouse. Holding off Shane Paul nicely and playing a lovely ball to Luke Willard. He cuts it back to Palozzi. Palozzi cuts it off his right now, puts it on his left, and gee.
That was well played by Lukey Willard on the right-hand side, and Palozzi was very unlucky not to bag the goal right in the top corner.
You just sense here, Broadmeadow Magic fans down below us are just getting
a bit restless.
A little bit worried about what Lambton are throwing at them now. I thought that was in too from Palozzi. Nick Hartnett didn't move as if he thought it was definitely going wide.
You notice here, Broadmeadow starting to sit a little bit deeper, where before they were pushing nice and high and really putting a lot of pressure on Lambton.
Here's Palozzi looking through for Joel Wood. Just couldn't find him. Here's Piddington getting away from Wheelhouse. Lucky not to give away the free kick there, Joe Wheelhouse. Now Remington, shoulder to shoulder with Barber.
Where Lambton's having their success is getting on the outside of Broadmeadow. However, at the moment, they're just trying to plus a few balls through the centre, which is it's too tight. So I'll be looking more to get on the outside of Broadmeadow at the moment.
Well, there's plenty of space on this near side of the ground, on our side, on the right-hand side for Lambton. Open pastures out here. And
also, as you've seen in the previous 30 minutes, they've gone in behind a few times on that left-hand side. So I'll be looking, if I was James Pascoe, especially at half-time, I'll be looking to try to go round Broadmeadow rather than through, because it's very compact in the centre there.
Especially with Josh Piddington and John Griffiths in there. They've been very good tonight.
Yeah, extremely good tonight, and they've been very good for the last 6 or 7 years. Josh Piddington for probably the last 12 years since he's been at Broadmeadow.
Yeah, and Ben Higgins out tonight, but I haven't lost anything with Ben Higgins being out there. John Griffiths has done a great job. In the opening half, Majorowski goes down. He thought he was going to take that quickly. Played through now for Majorowski. Still John Majorowski. Lovely footwork and skill. Joel Wood holding it up. Tries to chip one over the top.
Yeah, unfortunately, Joel Wood couldn't offload that to Johnny Madge. Johnny Madge did brilliantly there, going past about three defenders. But he just couldn't get it on his favourite left foot for a shot.
10 goals last season as Swancott heads it away towards the sideline. Throw for Broadmeadow Magic. 20 matches for last year, John Majorowski. So every game, here's Vigili. Cutting inside, he's got Sessions coming across, and he runs him off the ball. Michael Sessions again using his body. Yeah,
he's having a good game at the back, Sessions. He's sort of, a few times he's combated some of the Magic's attacking, especially their fast players, Cale and James Vigili.
And he's using his strength, he's using his body weight just to knock Vigili off the ball. It's nothing illegal, he's just more powerful and big, tall centre back.
And his position of his body has been excellent.
Here's Kevin Davidson.
Even here, Lambton better be careful.
McPherson turning it over. Here's Vigili. Big chance for James Vigili. He turns and stops. He tries to chip it in, and he puts it wide. But there you go. Pete McPherson, he's been caught in possession a lot tonight. Just turning it over. So it didn't go over the byline, so it is still Lambton with the ball.
And that's exactly how Magic caught Adamstown Rosebud's out a few times as well.
Here's Remington. He's got more pace than Jaden Barber. You could see that running to the ball. Still Remington taking him on. He's got Palozzi in the middle, and he wins another corner for Lambton. So they've looked good from the set pieces, Lambton, tonight. So we'll see what they can throw at Broadmeadow from this one.
Yeah, Barber did very well there, running down Luke Remington. He's got some pace. And he was player of the year last year, wasn't he, Luke Remington? Northern Side player of the year.
Yes, he was.
But Lambton has to be very careful playing out. They're playing a high line, passing short passes into their midfield. If they get caught.
You see what happens. Almost another goal for Vigili. Here's Wheelhouse rising again. Willard's there. Willard knocks it back in towards the middle. Now sits up for Ben Hay. Another deflection and another corner for Lambton. So just asking some questions.
Nice strike by Ben Hay. Took it on the half volley.
On his favoured left foot, he hit it low and hard.
Josh Pennington's been so solid on the corners. He's won nearly every header.
Yeah, well, the last couple of corners, he's been on Joe Wheelhouse and doing a great job. Here's Hartnett punching it away. Kevin Davidson will trot across and play it back to Pete McPherson. Playing it wide now towards Alex Palozzi, who plays it back to Remington. Takes on John Griffiths, Luke Remington. Still Luke Remington. Another corner for Lambton. So 43, just over 43 and a half minutes gone in the first half here at Magic Park. Broadmeadow Magic with a 2-0 lead over the Jaffas, but Lambton are coming back at Broadmeadow.
Yeah, definitely the last 10 minutes, Lambton have put a lot more pressure on Broadmeadow.
Here's Palozzi. Another good corner from him, whipping it in, Joel Wood, but it's Hartnett with the punch. And now Kevin Davidson. Playing it wide towards Alex Palozzi. Alex Palozzi's there, plays it to Ben Hay. Back to Palozzi. Now across towards Joel Wood. Luke Vigili's there. That's good interception from Luke Vigili because Majorowski was behind him now. Magic trying to play it towards Vigili. Luke Vigili, that is on this, I should say James Vigili, that is on this near side. And now this is Luke Vigili for Broadmeadow. A chance for them to break, looking for his brother in the middle, but couldn't find him.
Yeah, Chiller didn't really have to go forward too then. He could have just held the ball, just be a bit more composed.
Here is James Vigili, goes back to Luke. And now Sessions playing it up the ground towards Joel Wood. Nice touch, but Piddington's there. And now with Barber. Goes to Paul. Kanarowski bringing it wide to Vigili. James Vigili taking on Willard. Now he cuts it back to Paul. Shane Paul goes back to Luke Vigili. Gets right under that one. Luke Vigili looking for Peter Haynes, who got his head to it. And now Kevin Davidson playing it out from the back for Lambton and bring it over to Remington. Nice touch to Wheelhouse. Lovely skills from Joe Wheelhouse again on show. Now Palozzi, who's gone back over that left. So I think him and Luke Remington are just switch sides whenever they want to. There's free kick for Lambton. Late chance before halftime. Back to McPherson. Now Wheelhouse.
That was well defended by Finlayson and then forcing Joe back.
And that is half-time at Magic Park. So it's Broadmeadow Magic who go in to the sheds with a 2-0 lead over Lambton Jaffas. The goal scorers, Cal Bradbury in the 11th and then Peter Haynes in the 25th minute for the home side. What did you think of the first half, Damien?
Yeah, I thought it was a very entertaining game. I thought it was a high standard game as well. I think Rob Vigili and Bobby Newmoff will be pretty happy with Broadmeadow's first half. I think deservedly been a 2-0 lead. Tactically, I think they've been very smart. They're allowing Lambton to come out with the ball. They're compacting the defence and they're trying to get them on the break. And they've got the speed of Carl Bradbury and James Vigili out wide, getting into space behind. And that's where a few of their goals have come from.
So what do you think Lambton have got to do in the second half if they want to get back in this match?
Well, Lambton's been dangerous down the left-hand side and once and twice around down the right-hand side. So instead of forcing the pass through the centre, I'd be going on the outside of Broadmeadow. And also, I think they just need to be a little bit careful at the back. They're a little bit square. They're coming out way too slow. However, they're also playing a high line, so therefore there's space in beyond from Carl Bradbury and James Vigili to get balls over the top.
Well, the second half will be back in about 10 minutes for the commencement of that. So it's Broadmeadow Magic 2 leading Lambton Jaffers 0 at halftime. We'll see you in about 10 minutes. Hello and welcome back. Second half just about to get underway. Lambton Jaffers taking on the Broadmeadow Magic here on Bar TV. Our feature match, round 2 catch-up match, was washed out from Sunday a week and a half ago, so they're back out here tonight. Broadmeadow with a 2-0 lead at half-time. That was courtesy of Cale Bradbury and Peter Haynes in the first half. Joining me in commentary tonight, Damien Smith, former Broadmeadow Magic coach. And Damien, second half just about to get underway. Lambton are going to kick off. And it's going to go back to Joe Wheelhouse. Can they get themselves back in this contest?
I think so. Like I said, I think Broadmeadow were 2 for the good in the first half and deserved leaders. However, I think Lambton, if they put a bit more pressure on Broadmeadow in the midfield and play round Broadmeadow, I think they're in with a chance. However, this is where Lambton need to be careful.
Here's Sessions. As he said, just playing it out from the back. That's where Lambton was struggling in the first half. Peter McPherson got caught in possession a few times. As Haynes flicks it onto Finlayson. Still Michael Finlayson. Turning around under pressure from Wheelhouse and wins the free kick.
What I liked about Broadmeadow there, they allow Michael Sessions to bring the ball into midfield. So if he did lose the ball, there's space in behind, and that's what they have to be careful of. Because Magic have got the pace up front to counteract that.
Jaden Barber, who's going to take it. Stabs it towards the middle of the box. Kevin Davidson rises. Now Luke Willard, it sits up nicely for Magic. Davidson bumps over Cale Bradbury. Referee saying it was just all shoulder to shoulder. And Jamie Burns is out there for the Lambton side. So that's trying to put a little bit of pace out there. I think it's Alex Palozzi who has come off. I'm pretty certain that would be the case.
Yeah, it looks like he's taken Alex Palozzi off. I think Jamie Burns will probably play a little bit wider because Alex was sort of playing a bit more inland. So maybe James is thinking, let's go round Magic here.
And it's interesting because we know Jamie Burns has a more pace than Alex Palozzi, but Alex Palozzi was the closest Jaffers player to scoring in the first half. I'd say probably Majorowski had a good chance and he had a cracking shot with his left foot, sailed wide.
And also Palozzi was very dangerous on set pieces for Lambton as well.
So Lambton with the throw. Chance for them to build some pressure if they can control possession, but they bring it back to Sessions. Wheelhouse under pressure from Kanarowski. Good pressing from him, but Ben Hayes found some space. Now to Majorowski. Little flick on, looking for Joel Wood. Good chance there from Joel Wood, but John Griffiths, I think, just got a little touch on, and in the end, his touch deflected to Nick Hartnett in goals.
Yeah, that was well played by Lambton. Great little touch. Great ball into Johnny Madge with a little flick on the Joel Wood. They were very unlucky, actually.
Throw now for Magic on that far side of the ground. Vigili with the throw. Turning now, Shane Paul. Taking it down towards that far corner. Cutting it back into the middle, but it's gone over the sideline. So Lambton with the throw. Probably would have preferred the goal kick for Brad Swancott, but the throw will do. And now Kevin Davidson. Kanarowski off his leg and over the sideline, and Lambton just relieving some pressure now, getting out of their own half if they can. Jamie Burns goes back to Davidson. Sessions back to Swancott, who has to knock it up the ground.
That was well pressured by Finlayson on Swancott. I didn't play it long.
Now Piddington turning on the ball. Jamie Burns wins it for the Jaffers. Now ball through looking for Joel Wood. Probably been his best game he's played this season, Joel Wood, from what I've seen. I've seen the 2 Lambton games beforehand. He's been good for them tonight when he's been involved.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. So Lambton did quite well then. They could have made it very interesting for Broadmeadow. But, yeah, they've started well, Lambton, in the second half.
Now turning on the ball is Joel Wood. Cutting it back to Majorowski. Just trying to chip it through towards Luke Remington and over the sideline. Those Lambton numbers are very hard to see, I must say, Damien. The white on the yellow with the bright lights as well.
To be honest, I can't see any numbers at all. I'm blind as a bat at night. Just ask my wife. That's what she drives.
Just going on the features of these Lambton players. Here is a ball across the ground from Kanarowski. Cutting inside Cale Bradbury. Now Peter Haynes. Back and across to Shane Paul now. knocking it. A little deflection. And now Kevin Davidson clears it away. Majorowski holding it up. Some space over here on the left for Luke Remington. Majorowski turns now. There's only 3 at the back. It's a 3-on-3 if McPherson can get through, but just a bit slow on transition there, Lambton.
Yeah, I think too slow on transition. They should have busted their backsides to get forward. However,
had a big chance. There was only three Magic players back, and Luke Vigili was going very, very slowly, just trotting back on the far side.
Yeah, I think Lambton needed to show a bit more urgency going forward there.
Burns now with Joel Wood turning on the ball. Joel Wood still back to Wheelhouse. Brings it across to Ben Hay. Some space in front of him now for Ben Hay. And now Remington cutting it across. And we've got an offside against Lambton. So promising build up there from the Jaffers.
Yeah, that's better from Lambton. Also, like I said, if they look on the outside, they could create a few chances there.
I just think it's critical now for Lambton. They need the next goal. If they go down 3-0, it's going to be very, very tough for them to get back into this one.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that, Ben.
Now Finlayson bringing it wide to Barber. Playing it through to Vigili now. So here's a chance for Magic. Vigili's got Peter Haynes in the middle, but his ball slices off the side of his boot. And over for a goal kick for Swancott. They've defended James Vigili pretty well tonight.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Especially Sessions. Sessions always coming for cover for the left fullback. And James has got a lot of pace, but Sessions has done well with him.
Here's Swancott. Under pressure from Vigili. It's cool, calm and collected. Brad Swancott didn't look worried, but James Vigili was herring across. McPherson.
I like the pressure. I like the way Magic are putting pressure on the ball.
They are pushing up high, aren't they, Broadmeadow? Here's Wheelhouse getting under this one. Don't think Remington's going to have the pace. He doesn't. And a throw for Broadmeadow. But they are pushing high. Yeah,
and that was the right idea by Job. Trying to go on the outside again against the Magic defence. Unfortunately, the ball was just a bit too long.
Remington with the header. Wheelhouse. And now back. Willard goes back to Brad Swancott. He lets it run as Peter Haynes comes down to apply the pressure. Here's Ben Hay. He's been one of Lambton's best tonight, Ben Hay, down this left side. Majorowski trying to play it back towards Joel Wood. And now Piddington under a bit of pressure. Joel Piddington. And now Davidson.
That was a lot better by Lambton. Yeah, that was a lot better by Lambton, putting a lot more pressure on Broadmeadow.
Yeah, Josh Piddington under a lot of pressure, and for once he didn't find his pass as Vigili gets bumped down. Throw for Broadmeadow Magic.
I think at times Lambton stood off Broadmeadow too much in the first half. However, I think this second half they put a little bit more pressure on. Like we see now, Magic's won the ball great.
Yeah, well, Kanarowski, this is it's going to be a free kick. It's going to be a yellow card coming at him from behind. It was always going to be a card there from Michael Kanarowski. Surprised he even attempted that tackle on Majorowski. He's not the quickest player, John Majorowski. And now across the ground, and referee isn't allowing Lambton to play on quickly. He wants the free kick to be retaken.
That was unlucky by Job. He looked up, nice first ball, but unfortunately it was called back. I think Lambton this first 10 minutes of the second half have got a bit more intensity, a bit more urgency about their play. And I think, if they get a goal, they could be well and truly in the match.
So Job Wheelhouse. No, he's not going to take it. He plays it with Sessions. A little 1-2 with Michael Sessions. Still Sessions. We know he can hit some bullets from outside the 18. Throw there for Michael Sessions.
Interesting. Lambton's left Peter Haynes by himself with Davidson up the front here.
This one whipped across the face. A little flick on from Jamie Burns. That would have been a special goal, but just not enough power on it there in the end. And it was easy enough for Nick Hartnett to go to his left and make the save. Ben Hay now. Sessions. Wheelhouse. Majorowski with his hands raised, but ball doesn't go to him. It goes to Ben Hay. Cutting inside again, Ben Hay. Michael Kanarowski just getting in his way. Vigili. Now with Peter Haynes. Playing it through towards James Vigili. He's in front of his man. Sessions didn't get on the end of it. Plays it back, Finlayson. Great save, Swancott. And now the follow-up shot is over. I tell you what, Brad Swancott would have been filthy with his defence if that shot went in from Bradbury because they were so slow to react after a great save.
Yeah, but even coming back where Peter Haynes, he pulled off the defender in between the lines. He had time to turn and a great ball over the top for James Virgili, who found Finlayson.
He got away with that one, Broadmeadow, though I should say Lambton Jaffa's defence.
And Swanee's 37-year-old reflexes are still going okay.
And here's Jamie Burns. Still Jamie Burns over the sideline. Throw for Magic. Michael Finlayson, just a 1 goal last year. He came across from the Jets youth to play for Broadmeadow Magic last year.
Yeah, he still had a pretty good year for Broadmeadow. So even though he only got the 1 goal,
added some
did
speed
quite well.
to their lineup. Here's a touch on Majorowski. Plays it wide for Remington. And Lambton can't get back in the game. He's put it wide.
Should have been 2-1 there, Ben. Unfortunately, Remington just had to place it just inside that near post. That was well played by Lambton and a good touch by
Majorowski showing his experience. We've got to change. Just check who that is. It's Dino Fajkovic, I believe, who's coming on. It is. And James Virgili looks like he's coming off, is he? No, he's having a chat. It's Peter Haynes that's going to come off. I was surprised that it was going to be James Virgili. The Magic's captain goes off. Deserves the applause from the crowd here at Magic Park. Just a bit more pace up front now. Sessions again winning the ball. Barber now heads it down towards Carl Bradbury. Good foot in there from Kevin Davidson. Brad Swancott's there again for Lambton. Falls over and goes over the sideline.
I think babyface Brad's been outside his box more time than he's been in his box tonight.
He's been out of that box a lot. You're right, Damien.
Now, just looking at that tactical change from Rob Virgili and Bobby Newmoff, bringing off Peter Haynes, it looks like he's gone to a 4-4-2 with Carl Bradbury and James Virgili playing as strikers up front with Dino Fadge pushing to the right-hand side.
It does look that way from Broadmeadow. Just early on in the second half, just over 12 minutes gone. Second half, round 2 catch-up match on Bar TV. Broadmeadow Magic with a 2-0 lead over Lambton. But don't let that scoreline trick you because Lambton are fighting back. Here's Majorowski. He thinks it's a corner and referee gives it just as a goal kick.
Good pressure by Lambton. Like I said, this half they've actually shown more urgency and more pressure on the ball, which is causing Broadmeadow Magic to create a few turnovers. Just on that tactical change, it'll be interesting now to see the space in midfield. With Hainsey coming out of the midfield, they've thrown 2 up front, so there's going to be more space in the midfield for players like Job.
Well, they
Peter
get
McPherson get on the ball.
Here's Fajkovic playing it down towards Virgili. James Virgili turning away from Sessions. Plays it back to Michael Kanarowski. Still Michael Kanarowski looking for Fajkovic. Just a little bit too heavy.
Yeah, I think he dwelled on the ball a little bit too much then. I think he should have played Fadge a little bit earlier and he was through. But like I said...
Sorry, Damien.
Like I said, it'll be interesting to see now, with half an hour to go, if there's more space in the middle of the park with Magic pushing 2 strikers on.
Here is Bradbury. Goes to Virgili. He's got Michael Kanarowski also coming through. Goes back to Shane Paul. Shane Paul not coming up at him. Wins the free kick. So good position for Broadmeadow. But Peter Haynes is off the ground.
Yeah, I think Peter Haynes will be devastated right at the moment, just knowing this is an opportunity to score another goal. However, he's off the ground.
So Kyle Bradbury looks like he's going to stand over it. But they bring Dino Fajkovic on. They get that pace up front, but they also lose that experience and class of Peter
and
Haynes,
the creativity of Peter Haynes. He's been pulling in between the lines, turning and playing the 2 wide fast guys all night, and it's been causing havoc. So, but like...
Here he goes. Kyle Bradbury goes... Oh. Thought he was going to go low and hard. He did, but just sprayed up a little bit too high and over for the goal kick.
But like Rob Virgili said to me prior to the game, he said, they've got a big game against Edgeworth on the weekend. He wants to rotate players, give everyone game time, so he can keep the squad as fresh as possible.
Swancott bring it wide to Sessions. Yes, I understand now. Exactly right. Peter Haynes, he wants him to be right for that big clash on the weekend. And he's done his job to a goal and a 2-0 lead when he leaves the park. So
I think Pete's had a great game tonight.
A great performance again. I don't think there'd be too many matches where he doesn't have a great game, Peter Haynes.
Well, rumour has it he missed the penalty last week against Western, so...
Yes, I did hear that as well. I haven't seen it, so I'll have to have a look back at that. Whether that was Ben Kelly in goals, or whether he saved it or totally missed it.
I think he saved it, actually. I didn't see it either, but I think he saved it.
Here's the ball back in the middle. I'm not certain, but I'm trying to think if a penalty has been scored this year. It probably has, but Scott McGinley's missed 2, or not missed them, had them saved. Matt Trott and then Chris Berlin on the weekend. And then Peter Haynes, as we said, missed one on Sunday. So goalie's winning the battle early on in the season. Here's Barber. Back to Kanarowski. Steps out of the way of Ben Hay. Those two were teammates last year. And now Vigili going down. Jamie Burns and him both going to ground. No free kick.
Yeah, it was a tight little tussle there. So it'll be hard to give a free kick on that one. But Jamie Vigili just got up a little bit gingery there.
I'm not saying his dad and coach Robert Vigili would want to see. Bobby Naumov also assistant coach for the co-coaches for Broadmeadow. And James Pascoe, as we said before, the coach for Lambton after Dave Tanchewski left at the start of the season.
Yeah, from all reports, obviously Lambton had a bit of a mixed pre-season, and obviously Dave Tange had to leave due to work commitments and personal commitments. However, from talking to some of their players, they said Pasco's come in, he's increased the intensity at training, and also it's been a little bit more structured, and obviously the players are playing to keep a spot. So
he's not guaranteeing anyone a start. Well, we've heard Grant Brown's left and gone to Hamilton Olympic. Here is Mike Finlayson cutting it back towards Cale Bradbury. And now Vigili with his foot on it, trying to get away from Jamie Burns. I think has been stationed on Vigili in this second half with plenty of pace as well, Jamie Burns. Here is McPherson, goes to Wheelhouse, so brings it across to Ben Hay. Now with Sessions, back to Brad Swancott, but Hamilton have actually lost a few defenders. Marcus Duncan, I've heard, has gone to Victoria. He's been playing centre back for them the first couple of rounds, so that's a big loss for them. So good to see that Grant Brown will get some game time at Hamilton. Played most of Lambton's matches last year. Here's Cale Bradbury cutting inside Finlayson in between the legs of Ben Hay.
Lambton's just stepped their foot off the pedal just a little bit. The first 10-15 minutes, they're putting pressure on Broadmeadow and there was turnover, but they've just gone a bit quiet at the moment.
Here's the ball through, looking for Joel Wood. Pressure on Hartnett. Gets right under it. Throw for Lambton now. So 18 minutes gone in the second half. Broadmeadow Magic still holding that 2-goal advantage, courtesy of Peter Haynes and Cale Bradbury putting it in the back of the net in the first half. Here's Joel Wood, back to McPherson.
See Broadmeadow, their defensive structure's spot on there. They're making Lambton play backwards.
Lambton have controlled possession for a lot of this match. Has been Broadmeadow trying to counter-attack, as you expect with that pace. As Joel Woods is fouled. And the free kick, well, Joel Woods still down.
Yeah, it looked like a little bit of an elbow to the head from John Griffiths. But hard to tell because we haven't got replays here. So.
Referee just checking if he's all right. But Pete McPherson plays it quickly to Wheelhouse. Now hanging around from the Jaffers. Here's Willard. Cutting into the 18. Takes on Finlayson. Cuts it back. Sits up for Majerowski. And Magic are away. And James Vigili, I should say. Flying up. Michael Sessions. Thought it deflected off James Vigili, but the throw goes to Broadmeadow.
From this angle it did, so I think Magic were a little bit fortunate there.
Here's Vigili with the throw, looking for his brother. Ben Hay. Up towards Remington. Still Luke Remington on the ball. Brings it across to Ben Hay. Magic trying to close them down on this left-hand side through Dino Fajkovic. Ben Hay trying to get away from Barber. Gee, that's great work from Ben Hay.
Yeah, great work from Ben Hay. He could have played a little bit earlier, but however, he did well to get past Barber. But Barber did well to recover as well, so a good solid tackle.
So a throw for the Jaffers. He said just probably in the last, what has it been, last 5-10 minutes, Lambton just taking their foot off the pedal, but I think probably the last couple, they're starting to get their foothold back into this match.
Yeah.
Said at the start of the game, Broadmeadow haven't beaten Lambton since 2014, so...
Oh, really? I didn't realise that stat.
Yeah, long time between drinks. Well, not too long, but a couple of years since they last tasted victory over Lambton. Here's Kanarowski. Can he make it 3-0? Ball on the inside. Kevin Davidson, we've got a yellow card for Sessions. I'm thinking that's verbal.
I think it's definitely verbal. I think Kanarowski should have left that for Dino Fajkovic. He was running in on the angle towards goal. But another half chance for Broadmeadow.
A lot of Magic fans down below, I heard, wanted him to have a shot. They weren't too impressed with him trying to play it back across. So
yeah, I think he was on the angle and close enough to have a shot, really, blast it through the net. So I think Mickey Can will be a bit disappointed in himself there.
So here's the corner. It's high and towards the back post. Played across with the header, and we looks like there is an offside.
I think it went out.
Went out
Once he kicked
corner.
it. Yeah.
Yep, that makes sense. Was a bit of curl out to that far side of the ground. There's Davidson playing it through to Wheelhouse.
That's better play by Lambton.
Wheelhouse still, Joe Wheelhouse on the ball, playing it across the back. Madjarowski pirouetting. They bring it wide. There's plenty of space. Here's Wood. Cuts inside Joel Wood. Across the face. And now it's in the back of the net. And here they come. Jamie Burns. The flag's down. Lambton are back in it. And Jamie Burns gets his first of the year.
Yeah, that was well played by Johnny Madge. He kept the ball alive. And just can't remember who crossed it, actually.
No, I'm not sure either.
Yeah, and deflected in for Jamie Burns. So that makes the match quite interesting now. So
Joel Wood it was. Joel Wood that put the cross across.
Joel Wood have put the cross.
The cross across.
But that was well done by Johnny Madge to keep the ball alive. So he's very dangerous, doing his little pirouettes in the penalty box.
And it went silent here at Magic Park when he put that one in. Weren't sure if it was an offside or not, but Jamie Burns had a look at the flag and it was down, and the Jaffers are back in the game. Ball played through. Davidson. Now Jamie Burns. That'll give him a lot of confidence. Just a one goal last year, Jamie Burns. Scored plenty. I think it was 7 for South Cardiff the year before that. Had a disjointed year. Here's a ball through Finlayson. The flag's down. The flag's down, I should say. The flag's up. What's going on?
Actually, it looked like a pretty tight call because Sessions was sort of lagging a little bit behind from our angle up here in the box.
And sometimes the Magic fans down below, they weren't too loud. So I normally use them as a judge. If they're really up in arms about a decision, then it's probably not offside. But they weren't too loud. So.
But as you know, the Magic fans, they love their team and they're a little bit biased at times.
Yes, no, they are a bit biased, but when they're not as loud as usual. Here's Jamie Burns, back to Madjarowski. Appealing for a handball from Fajkovic, but again, Damien, there was Magic just getting through as Ben Hay puts that one up and James Vigili's on the ball.
I know Lambton took a quick free kick, but I would have probably settled the play down a little bit, sort of got a little bit more organised. I think that was a handball by...
Yeah, Jaden Barber there, a handball. Pete McPherson. Going to see another substitution. It's another one from Broadmeadow. And it's Lawrence Fotef that's coming on for Michael Kanarowski. So we'll get a look at Lawrence for the first time this season on Bar TV's Match of the Round. And Joe Wheelhouse takes the captain's armband for Lambton because John Madjarowski's heading off the ground. And going on is Callan Lewis.
Just on both them players who went off. Michael Kanarowski, I thought he had a solid game for Broadmeadow. He linked up quite well, midfield and attack, and with the defenders as well. So I think Michael had a good game. But same with Johnny Madge. He was busy. He did well.
Yeah, John Madjorowski almost scoring the first half. He was unlucky. Little deflection. Went straight to Nick Hartnett in goals. Little figure on from Joel Wood. Piddington and Scott Pettit's also on for Broadmeadow. They've made another change. I didn't see that one. Is Vigili over the sideline.
So I think Finlayson came off for Scott Pettit.
We'll get our first look at Scott Pettit after that hamstring injury. So we'll see how he goes out there tonight. McPherson.
Lawrence Fodef played right fullback against Western on the weekend for Magic. So he's at the moment he's taken the position of Michael Kanarowski in the middle of the park. So
bit of a utility, Lawrence Fodef.
He is. He's more of a natural midfielder, sort of a more natural wide midfielder. So I think he's sort of plugging a hole for Broadmeadow at right fullback.
Here's Wheelhouse. Beautiful ball off the side of the boot and finds space for Ben Hay. Back into the middle. Finds Callan Lewis. Played for Broadmeadow last year. His first trip back here. Here's Burns towards the back post. Remington. Gee, Luke Remington. That was close to levelling it up.
That was well played by Lambton. Great ball in by Jamie Burns, but Remington was very unlucky at the back stick.
Well, Jamie Burns is causing havoc for the Magic defence. And Callan Lewis, he's going to be good off the bench. Playing against his former side, as I said a moment ago. So it is his first trip back to Magic Park since playing for Broadmeadow last year.
Yeah, had a number of years at Broadmeadow and he did well. He sort of had quite a few first-grade games over the past few seasons.
He travels from Taree to train for Lambton. So 17 matches last year for Broadmeadow, 1 goal. So a few of those were off the bench, Callan Lewis. So if he can hold down a spot in Broadmeadow Magic's side, you know he's a quality player. Broadmeadow with one of the benchmark sides for a long time in the PlayStation 4 Northern New South Wales NPL. Here's Scott Pettit trying to cut inside. Lawrence Fodef goes back to Barber. Barber to Shane Paul. Now Vigili looking back into the middle, but Callan Lewis is there to intercept. Burns. This is good, short, sharp, crisp passing here from Lambton.
And better pressure on the ball from Lambton.
They're finding their targets all of a sudden. Here's Jamie Burns. Jamie Burns cutting inside Vigili. Still Jamie Burns. Wins the corner for Lambton. And all of a sudden, in 2.5 matches, this is the best I've seen Lambton play. They're just starting to get that cohesion together.
Yeah, I agree with you, Ben. Jamie Burns did quite well then. However, I think he should have played the ball in across
a little bit earlier.
A little bit earlier, definitely. He allowed Luke Vigili to compose himself and get back and recover.
So it's Jamie Burns on the corner. Whips it in towards the back post. Sits up, whipped into the middle again. Back out to Jamie Burns. Now Wheelhouse trying to get inside Fajkovic. Back to Jamie Burns. Can he put a nice ball into the middle? It's well defended in the end. John Griffiths, I think, with the head. Was John Griffiths. Now McPherson. Lovely ball to Wheelhouse.
Broadmeadow are just standing off from here a little bit, which is not normally their game.
And now a ball wide for Vigili. So James Vigili. He's got Sessions coming after him. Ben Hay trying to pickpocket. James Vigili couldn't do so on that occasion. Kevin Davidson. Just the intensity. Even the crowd getting more involved in this match. They know what's at stake. Lambton are at the bottom of the ladder. And they need some points this year, and they're looking for it here at Magic Park. Expect Broadmeadow would have come into this game as favourites after Lambton's opening 2 matches, but Lambton are throwing everything at them now in the second half.
Yeah, they're real into the game now, Lambton.
Wheelhouse.
And like you said, Lambton are 0-2 at the moment. They need some points. I think, to be honest, if they don't get anything away from this game.
Yeah, an 0-3 start to the season. That really hurts. Here's Ben Hay. It has gone over that cross. So it will be a goal kick, relieving the pressure for Broadmeadow.
Yeah, if they come away from this game with no points, they're going to be 9 points behind Edgeworth. That's going to be hard. Even though it's early days, it's going to be really hard to catch them. Well, not just catch Edgeworth, but the leading pack.
Well, it's going to be a corner kick, so I think it's taken a deflection off a Magic player there. So Jamie Burns over for the corner. But an interesting stat, Lambton have scored 2 goals in each of their last 3 matches against Broadmeadow Magic. So they've got 2 on the board. So can they make it 4 tonight and level it all up? A couple of 2-0 wins and a 2-all draw in that for Magic in their last 3 against Broadmeadow. Jamie Burns towards the back post. Sessions rises. And he'll probably be disappointed, Michael Sessions. He didn't get more on that.
Broadmeadow's cohesion's sort of just a little bit out of whack at the moment with them changes made. They're sort of, the shape's a little bit all over the shop.
Do you think it was a premature move to bring off Peter Haynes after, what was it, about 55 minutes in this one? It was a very early change.
Yeah, but they've all, like, I know they're up 2-0 here, but they've also got a big game on the weekend. So I think he's, like, Peter's nearly 50 years old, or he's 34 years old. So, they're just probably trying to preserve Peter the best they can.
Here is Broadmeadow with Lawrence Fotef. Cross to Vigili.
I've noticed just with Callan Lewis being on.
Ball over the top looking for Fadcevic. Good defence from Lambton.
Callan Lewis has put a lot of pressure on the Magic midfielder, which is causing a little bit of a turnover, and that sort of sparked Lambton into gear.
Yeah, Callan Lewis has put a lot of pressure on Magic and a lot of speed, putting the Magic defenders under a little bit of added pressure. A bit more pace than John Majorowski out there, Callan Lewis. And now with Vigili. Cutting it back towards the middle. That's a lovely ball to Shane Paul. Now, deflected shot. Referee playing advantage. And Sessions heads it back to Swancott. Magic fans not happy.
Yeah, it looked like it was a foul in the box there. I think instead of play on, I probably would have rather the free kick because it's in a perfect position.
Joel Wood trying to get a touch on. Yeah, that ladder as it sits stands at the moment. Edgeworth up the top on 9 points. Broadmeadow Magic currently in 2nd spot. Hamilton in 3rd place. Just on goal difference. They both would be on 7. Here's Joel Wood, but hold on a sec. Lambton, Joel Wood goes down. Not really any pressure from Piddington applied, so good decision from the referee. Sessions.
That was well defended by Piddington. He's held his ground. He didn't dive in, and Joel Wood slipped.
Wheelhouse. Plays it wide. McPherson, I think, making the run out there.
This game has really come alive in the last 5 minutes since Lambton scored.
It has. Lambton asking plenty of questions.
Magic's starting to drop a bit deeper here, which is creating a lot more space in midfield, which is getting Job and that on the ball a lot better.
Here's Cal Bradbury. They've just got to be careful, Lambton, when they're pushing forward on the break. Magic are so dangerous. Here's Pettit. Got so much pace, Broadmeadow. Here's Barber. Back to Fotef. And now Piddington. Lambton, as I said at the moment, 10th spot on the ladder. The only side not to, as the free kick goes to Magic, the only side not to have got a point in the opening 2 matches they've played, and tonight as well, currently.
Yeah, well, Lambton's had a tough start to the draw. They've played Edgeworth, they've played Olympic, now they're playing Magic, like 3 of the premier sides in the league. So so they don't want to slip too far behind. So tonight's vital for them, and that's why you can tell the urgency they've got in the game right now.
And even a point tonight against Broadmeadow would give them plenty of confidence going into that match against Valentine on Saturday, who are also going to be wanting a win. Here's a ball through for Joel Wood. Joel Wood holding it up. Still Joel Wood. Can he hit it with his left? He does. Nick Hartner, great save. Joe Wheelhouse. Gee, it's going to be a corner kick. Nick Hartner, that was a great save. Yellow card.
Joel Wood did very well then. Joe, great ball in by Joe, but Joel Wood did extremely well then. Just give himself a yard of space so we could have the shot. It was probably at the right height for a keeper, so Nick saved it, was quite comfortable on the save. However,
they're hoping here, there's not an injury, it's Carl Bradbury, and this wouldn't be good for Broadmeadow because they haven't got any changes left, I don't think.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they've already made their 3 subs, so there's still plenty of time in the game.
It's not Carl Bradbury. Carl Bradbury's running over to this near side. It's Jaden Barber.
It's hard to see from this angle, but Broadmeadow's already used the 3 subs, so if they can't use the magic spray and get him back playing, they could be down to 10 men.
Well, it doesn't look good at all for Jaden Barber. And this is the issue, Damien. Back when you were coaching, would you save up a sub for the last 15 just in case you got an injury? Or would you make your changes based on the state of the match? As we'll just see this corner from Jamie Burns. We'll go back to that. I think it's an interesting point. Here's Jamie Burns. We've got a free kick going to Broadmeadow, so we can have a chat about that.
Yeah, I was one who would always probably keep someone for probably the last 5 minutes, just in case. Especially in big games. However, I'm talking to Rob Virgili and Bobby Newmoff. They've told all their players that they want to rotate their players over the next week or so because they've got 3 big games. And because they've got so much depth in the squad and anyone can fill in for anybody, I understand the reasoning why they've made changes early. However, that could come back to haunt them.
Yeah,
you don't know.
That's exactly right. And Barber's behind the goals, just stretching that out with the physio. So they've got 10 minutes to go now, Broadmeadow, with 10 men if Barber can't recover. And that'll hurt them. Just check. I think it's Lawrence Fotef that's dropped into right back. Vigili plays it wide. Carl Bradbury frustrated. That Vigili didn't play it to him.
Yeah, I think Broadmeadow, they're down to 10 men. They just need to hold the ball, bit of composure, keep the short passing going. They don't need to go forward all the time.
They've just lost a bit of composure, Broadmeadow here. I just feel players getting frustrated at each other. Now Scott Pettit's in trouble. Oh, this is not good. Scott Pettit has gone down, and this is all falling apart for the home side with the lead with 10 to go. As here's Callan Lewis, so don't go anywhere. There's more drama to come in this game. Sessions just knocks it over the sideline, and this is terrible. Scott Pettit, this might be the hamstring gone again because he's ripped off his electric tape.
Yeah, he's not happy, Scott Pettit. He knows he's in trouble. He sort of ripped off the tape, threw it to the ground, very disappointed. He's been out for 4 weeks. He's been very keen to get back. However, it'd be interesting if he's hurt his hamstring again.
And that was what I was thinking when Scott Pettit did come on, was that how strong was that hamstring and whether they probably should leave someone. I was thinking whether they should probably leave someone just in case the hamstring goes again, because hamstrings, they are ridiculously touchy. Any little...
Exactly. But I think it was right to go last week, but they thought they'll give him a week. However, it is a night game.
Yeah, Scott Pettit leaving and going straight down the tunnel. Not good at all. Sessions, we're just checking if Barber's back on. Jaden Barber is having a few run-throughs at the back end of the ground, so he's not on the ground either. It looks like he's about to come back on. So Broadmeadow are down to 9 men. Just incredible. Here's Sessions. Bring it wide, looking for Ben Hay. And now with Cale Bradbury.
Lambton really need to stretch Broadmeadow now. I think Broadmeadow will be really compact, especially through the centre of the park. So Lambton need to work out ways to go around them.
Here's Fotef. Goes back to Paul. He's going to be the last man standing at this rate for Broadmeadow. And Barber is not in a good way at all. He is limping heavily across the ground. And I'm thinking they're going to put him up front somewhere, just so he's not a liability in defence. Here's Paul. Little bump in the back. Now the ball over towards the sideline.
Broadmeadow just seem a little bit rattled at the moment. I think they just need to just get a bit of composure on the ball and just keep the ball for a bit. I know they've got 10 players.
As Vigili goes down, here's a card for Ben Hay. Little push on Vigili there. But that's terrible from Scott Pettit. That's terrible news to see him go down the tunnel. And I think that'll be a few more weeks.
I'd say so. I don't know if he's tweaked it or not, but I'd say it'd be another 3 to 4, maybe up to 6 weeks.
And then
especially for a recurring one.
Yeah, even when he does come back, you're sort of still thinking about that hamstring.
Yeah, it's all about confidence on the hamstring.
He's 26 years old, Scott Pettit, so...
Still a lot of football left in him.
That's right, as this one almost comes up to us. I think it will join us up here in the commentary box. Here's Sessions. Goes back to Wheelhouse. Just checking Jaden Barber. He looks like he's playing up front. He is.
Yeah, he just needs to plug a hole there, especially with Magic down to 10 players.
Wheelhouse plays it wide. Ben Hay cuts inside Vigili. Ben Hay plays it across the face. Luke Vigili heads it away. It's going to be backs to the wall stuff from Broadmeadow Magic in the final. What is it? The final 6 minutes of the game. Goal kick now for Nick Hartnett and Broadmeadow.
Yeah, the game's really changed in the last 10-15 minutes. I think Broadmeadow, like I said before, they just need to be composed on the ball. Don't need to go forward all the time. And if you look at Jaden Barber out there, he's really struggling. So they're virtually playing with, I would say, 9.5 men.
Well, it's like that TV show, isn't it? 2.5 men.
Yeah.
Here is Nick Hartnett.
But if I was Lambton, I would be having someone wide right, wide left, really stretch the game for Broadmeadow. Like they're tucked in too much for my liking.
McPherson, we know he can find a pass. On this occasion, he can't. Vigili heads it up towards Bradbury. Still Carl Bradbury. Turning. Goes down. No foul from the referee. Sessions. Across to McPherson. Not applying any pressure to the back three that Lambton are playing currently.
Yeah, that's the other thing. If I was Lambton, I'd push another defender on, definitely. Push him up high, wide. Go back to a back three. Because Magic aren't even playing with a striker at the moment.
Yeah, Kevin Davidson playing on that right-hand side. Sessions. Sessions, can he unleash a shot? Doesn't do so. Across to Ben Hay. Back to Joe Wheelhouse, who's sitting deep. Just probing for a gap here, the Jaffers.
Yeah, they need to be patient, Jaffers. Otherwise...
Here's Davidson whipping it into the middle. No one there. Fadjkovic heads it away. Shane Paul now with some space. This is Dino Fadjkovic on the run from Broadmeadow Magic. Can he play it across to Bradbury? Fadjkovic has the shot. It's a bullet. Wheelhouse clears it from the foot of Bradbury. And now Sessions and Vigili. Vigili goes down.
What a great save by Brad Swancock. Dino Fadjkovic's done so well to cut inside, but the old twinkle toe Swancott got down nice and tight.
And it was a bullet, wasn't it, from Dino Fadjkovic? He hit that with everything. And then Joe Wheelhouse with the desire to get down, knock it towards the sideline.
James Vigili better get back. I know he's a little bit hurt from that challenge, but he better get back here.
Well, let's hope James Vigili's not injured as well. And this is going to be last man standing stuff from Broadmeadow Magic. Here's Callan Lewis.
Look how tight the around the box is. They need to really open Broadmeadow up. I'd probably come back out.
Here's Davidson playing it in towards Pete McPherson.
That's well played
for a goal kick.
That's well played by Luke Vigili, getting a goal kick. If I was Lambton, what I'd do, I'd sort of just knock it round, sort of get Broadmeadow, bring them out. Otherwise, it's too tight. Broadmeadow's obviously, do not want to concede, but they're really compacting that space around the 18-yard box. And I think Lambton need quicker ball movement as well.
So just repeating, Scott Pettit's gone off the ground with what we think is a hamstring injury. So he's off, and Magic haven't got enough subs. Well, they've run out of subs, I should say. So they are down to just the 10 men out there. And Jaden Barber is not in a good way as well. So it's effectively 9 men out there. Ball over the top now. Wheelhouse going down. Bit of miscommunication, but the ball is one Willard. Now with Callan Lewis. So I still have a shot. Now Luke Vigili clears it into Callan Lewis. Fortuitously it bounces in front of him. Wheelhouse. Back to Willard. Plays it across the face. Here's a chance for Joel Wood to turn and shoot. And Nick Hartnett on the dive.
He was unlucky there, Joel Wood. Good turn. And I think Nick had the near stick covered, however.
He's been dangerous when he's turned and held up the ball, Joel Wood, tonight.
Yeah, he's been a bit of a menace for Broadmeadow defence at times. In saying that, I think Josh Piddington and John Griffith, the two centre-backs for Broadmeadow, have been excellent tonight.
So less than 2 minutes to go in regulation time here at Magic Park. Round 2 feature match on Bar TV, brought to you by Top Better, major broadcast partner this season for all our winter codes. And here's Remington playing it wide. Ben Hay can't get inside Vigili, but wins the throw. A reminder this Sunday we're at Lylecar Oval, Charlestown and Adamstown. Nick Hartnett, can he get up and take it? He can't do so. It sits up for Joel Wood. Well blocked by the Broadmeadow defence. Sits back for Remington, who shoots, and now It sits up for Ben Hay. Can Ben Hay take it all the way in? Back for Remington. He unleashes a shot. Sits up. Surely Jamie Burns sits up again, and somehow Lambton haven't scored, Damien, and Nick Hartnett and the Magic defence will deserve a standing ovation. And there's Magic players down everywhere. It's like a war zone out there.
That was brilliant defence by Magic. Desperation, just do anything to save the ball going into the back of the net. Still 2-1.
Well, Jaden Barber is limping more heavily than he was before. Here's Burns whipping it in. Josh Piddington, the rock at the back for Broadmeadow. Sessions. Back to Callan Lewis, who plays it wide. His ball wasn't good enough. And now intercepted by Broadmeadow. They're going to take it down the other end of the ground. It's Fajkovic. Magic fans urging him on. Vigili. Swancott coming out. And Brad Swancott again for Lambton. That could be a big moment from Brad Swancott.
He's had a great game, Brad Swancott. He's read them balls out of the top really well.
Ben Hay taking it down the line. Lawrence Fotef does the defensive work on him, so we're into stoppage time. Strap yourselves in. There's still plenty to come in this one. Ball through for Vigili. He was offside, so he didn't run through.
I think there'll be a few minutes of stoppage time because we've had a few injuries.
Yeah, I'm thinking there'll be at least 5 minutes of stoppage time. Here's Davidson. Back to Joe Wheelhouse. Is there another twist and turn at Magic Park? Wednesday night. Sessions. He chips one forward. He's looking for Willard. Willard plays back. Wheelhouse on the volley.
I think that was a chance there, Ben. Joby, I think, would be a little bit disappointed with himself. I think he just lifted the head at the last minute, but however, he got great contact.
Well, that would have been a special goal from Joe Wheelhouse. A massive goal. Probably his biggest goal in Jaffa's colours. He'd scored one in the grand final, but that one would have been up there.
Yeah. He hit it well, however. He probably just lifted his head a little bit and just didn't get over it. That was a chance, I think, there, Ben.
I think that's the last golden opportunity Lambton have had. Jamie Burns. They'll feel disappointed, Lambton. They had some awesome opportunities. Wheelhouse dives in. And it was Barber again. Barber is in all sorts. We'll go with the play. Shane Paul on the ball. Shane Paul turning. Lovely skill from Shane Paul. He's got Vigili and Fajkovic. Can they finish it? Shane Paul still on the ball, Shane Paul. Rhymes nicely. And wins the corner kick. And there's applause from all around Magic Park, Damien.
Yeah, that was great play by Shane Paul. Just wasting time in the corner there. He knows these trips are really battling at the moment, down to 10 men or 9.5. He's had a big game, Shane Paul, today. He's worked tirelessly in the centre of that part, putting pressure on the Lambton midfielders.
Well, they're going to go short here. The short corner into the... I'm thinking that's the case. There's no Magic players in the middle. Yep.
They'll be looking to get another corner, I think. Just wind the clock down.
So the throw for Lambton goes back to Davidson.
Need to move the ball quick here, Lambton.
Here's Sessions. So we're just past over 2.5 minutes of stoppage time. Piddington again with the header away. Going up was Callan Lewis. You'd expect Swancott will try and run this one down. You don't see that too often, the goalkeeper taking the throw, but Brad Swancott does so on that occasion. Magic fans baying the referee to call full time, but I think there's still a little bit of stoppage time left. James Vigili takes off down this near side. Chips one over the top. Bradbury was offside, but Vigili decides he's going to run it down himself. Keep it inside the corner. Vigili goes off for another run. Can he tie up Kale Bradbury? Vigili to Bradbury, plays it behind him. Well, gee, there's been some chances late in this game, Damien, as Luke Willard's away. He plays it to Jamie Burns. Incredible stuff.
Oh, the game's really opened up, especially now Magic down to 10 men. And
here's Fajkovic again. He's away. Can Dino Fajkovic finish it off for Broadmeadow? No. Brad Swancott's there again. Magic fans, hands to their heads behind the goals. This is probably the final foray for Lambton now. The whistles get louder from below.
I think Lambton's got some space out left here. Oh, well cut out by James Vigili.
Yeah, Vigili does a great job. He knocks it up. That is full time. That is a backs to the wall effort from Broadmeadow Magic. Down to 10 men in the last 15 minutes after Scott Pettit was injured. And I tell you what, Chris, I should say Damien, I'm mixing up.
Chris is up at Coffs Harbour.
That is 3 points, well deserved from Broadmeadow Magic.
Oh, well deserved by Broadmeadow Magic. Like I said, I thought their first half, I thought they were good for the 2-goal lead. Second half, especially the last 25 minutes when Lambton scored, they really got into the game. But however, Broadmeadow down to 9.5 players, battled strong, and I think coaches Rob Virgili and Bobby Newmark will be very pleased with it.
Well, I think that is the most entertaining last 10 minutes of football I've seen in the NPL over the last year and a half.
Oh, it was end-to-end. There was chances everywhere. There was people going down everywhere. It was like, I don't know what it was like.
Oh, it was incredible. We're just... This is about the Westpac rescue helicopter. So just a presentation for the Westpac Rescue Helicopter Shield that these two sides are playing for. Both the colours of the Westpac Rescue Helicopter, red and yellow, going out there tonight. So both captains are going to come over. Just looking at Rob Virgili walking off there, looked like he's lost a few. He's got a few grey hairs and actually lost some hairs with that final 15 minutes. I think he'll be having a nice cold beer tonight. Yeah, it's a great initiative, this Westpac Helicopter charity event. I think they raised over $4,000. Broadmeadow and Lambton Jaffers on the weekend. Well, that was courageous from Broadmeadow. That's one of those wins you put down as just outstanding. So John Majorowski's going to come over and Peter Haynes will come over. Looks like he's already had a shower, Peter Haynes. Came off very early in the second half. John Majorowski came off as well pretty early. Yeah, both captains had good games tonight.
The charity field last year, it was won by Lambton. This year, back to Broadmeadow. Broadmeadow will have to bring it back next year for another go. Fundraising was for the Westpac. We've raised over $4,000 on the day, and we've also got 4 more prizes that Chris Nedden is auctioning off on Friday. So hopefully we'll reach the target of around about $6,000 for the Westpac. So I'd like to thank both clubs for participating. Thank you.
Great initiative, the Westpac Charity Shield.
Yeah, it's really good. Thank you. Marge, Jimmy, Lambton boys are really tough here. That over your support of this event, obviously Steve, supporting the helicopter is really important for our club. And we appreciate the Jaffers and all the fans that sent out tonight. So thanks very much. Thanks, Pete. Thanks, mate.
So $6,000 almost raised there. So Chris Snedden from Lambton's going to auction off some more stuff as well. So that's awesome here. But Damien, just sum up this game for us. Magic came out of the blocks early. Lambton dominated the back end. In the middle, it was pretty even. And I think in the end, it was Magic's heart that won this game.
Yeah, I think that's a great summation there, Ben. I think tactically Magic in the first half did very well. I think Bobby Newmark and Rob Virgili, again, just the way they allowed Lambton to come out, create space in behind, and then obviously when Magic get the ball, pass the ball through to their wide guys who got some pace. They really hurt Lambton Jaffers. However, in the second half, Lambton put a bit more pressure, probably changed things up a little bit at half-time, Jimmy Pascoe. And I thought, I agree. I thought Lambton, especially last 25, when they got the goal, they deserved it. But overall, I think Magic, 2-1 victors is the right result.
So Lambton still at the bottom of the ladder after 3 tough matches. That 2-1 loss to Edgeworth, a 2-1 loss here and a 3-0 loss to Hamilton. They play Valentine on the weekend. And as we said during the call, Magic up against Edgeworth. That will be a cracker. A reminder, round 4, we've got the match at Lylecar Oval. It's Charlestown up against Adamstown. That should be a good match between two sides that will be desperate to get the 3 points as well. Adamstown with our 2 of their players, Dane Paulick and Scott Carter out as well. So that's big losses for them. So it should be a good one. Damien, as always, thank you for being up here and commentating the game. It's great to have your expertise, as always.
Thank you very much, Ben.
And, I'm sure we'll see you around commentating on Bar TV sometime again throughout the season. Chris Turner as well, he'll be back at some point. But until this Sunday, until we see Charlestown take on Adamstown, it's great to have your company here from Magic Park. It finished Broadmeadow Magic 2, Lambton Jaffers 1.